Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach, and I'm doing an episode this morning because, well, always got to record. Really two reasons though. One, I've now got a test to isolate why the problem is happening with the generics. So I'm going to dive into this one and figure out what the problem is, and I'll go into that in a moment. But the other one is right here. I bought these two LED panel light things. They're, about the size of a 3x5 card, and I'm giving them a whirl. They're pretty bright. These are not even at their brightest settings. So I might, they're on stands that can go up even higher. I might play with that so they're not directly in my eyes. They'd be more up here and coming down on me. But I wanted to give them a whirl. I've been using a lamp, which I think works. It's a softer light, and it's easier on my eyes throughout the day. I can already tell this is a little glaring, but I want to have that good lighting for when I'm working on stuff, and particularly when I am recording. So this will be a new experiment to get used to. All right, so the problem with this is that you can see that I have two methods here with generics, and then I have two partially applieds here. But the problem is that if I look at the generated code, it's only doing one of them. So at some point, it thinks that it only needs to do one and not two, okay? And that's obviously a problem. So I think, though, that if I'm able to solve this, then I can actually put this in as a test to make sure I don't regress in any way. And then hopefully I can finally put this all to bed. But we've got to solve the problem first. Okay. So we're going to go into, let's clear a lot of these out for now. Okay. And let's keep up the validate. And let's also get the generator, so we can see where things are failing. Okay. Get that going in the debugger. So we're hoping first that the receiver, because if I come back to the code here, yeah, I'm not doing this test like I already have one of the apply methods generated. Okay. So we should see we have two candidates. Okay, so that's good. So at least we think that we need to do two. Okay. Now we come into here, we say each candidate. Now this should work in that, because I don't do any distinct here. Yeah, I should be able to put, what the? Okay, it felt like that was like going through a lot. I don't know why. So we have 3, 2, 3, and we bounce out. Okay, so we should have 2, and we do. Okay. Results is 2, and we get out. So validate is not the problem. That's not the problem. We don't have any diagnostics to report. So somewhere within the builder, we are having issues. Okay. So let's go through here. Now, here's the interesting part. We have 2 results. Okay. And we're going to do a distinct on these results. And I have the feeling what's going to happen is we're only going to get 1. So we go through the first one, we build it, and we come out. Yeah, so somewhere in the results, which that is the partially applied result. We are not getting all the things. And it's probably, again, with this R equal is what I'm guessing. So let's do that. It's not the generator. It's not this. Let's run this again. Which is the fun thing about debugging. And this is also something as a technique or a thing to keep in mind, is that if you're trying to figure out a problem, one of the first things you need to do is being able to reproduce it. If you can't, you know, that was the problem I was having, is that I just didn't have something in place that was repeatable to cause the problem. And now I do. So at least I have that. Okay. So that's good. I'm not going to do this. What I would expect here is have combined end and combined begin. Okay. Now, this should return false because they're not equal. You know, this is true because their return types are string and string. And those are equal, so okay. And the same number of parameters. And what did I just say? I mean, at some point this should come back and say these are false. Okay. You see what I'm highlighting right there? Like this, I know Visual Studio is not like, ooh, self. That's the problem. Okay. Which is, of course, it's self and self. How did I not see this before? This has to be self and other. Oh my God. And I thought I have tests. No, I took them out. That's right. I thought I had tests around R equal. Was I an idiot and deleted too much? I might have been. Hold on. I want to look here real quick. If I go into source, tests. No, I never did extensions. Unless I did them in this branch at some point and I never committed it, which is entirely possible. Let's look at the history. Wait, this is open generics. Yeah. That's not what I'm... That's not what I'm getting at. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll have to eventually write those tests again whenever I get around to it. But this, I think, is the problem. So now if I come back to the builder and I do this, actually, let's get rid of all these. Okay. Put this back in here and then let's run this and see what happens. Sometimes you just have to encourage Visual Studio to, you can do it. It's okay. You can do it. You're good. So let's copy the value. And it looks like there's a little more. So one can hope. Look at that. 2 methods. You see, if you want to compare things if they're equal, you got to make sure that your equality comparison is correct. Okay. Well, that solves... Oh, and this was another thing. I think in a previous episode or two, I was talking about that I was no longer using identifier name syntax, generic name syntax. Well, the problem is that now that apply can look generic, doing this cast was actually illegal. It was wrong. And so I had to change. I actually just took the cast out. But I'm glad I put that in there because I was going to be like, yeah, I want to remember that I have that in there. Okay, let's run all the tests just to make sure I didn't break anything else. Okay. And we don't, but now we're going to have to do the dance of, okay, let's come back down here and let's put everything back in place. Okay. And that would include, I'm going to take that out because right now, again, it's loaded and it can't do this. It's loaded. Go home, you're drunk. Okay. So it wasn't going to see the change. That's why I have to shut down and start up again. Okay. And hopefully now all will be well with the world. Hopefully. Possibly. Maybe. So we're going to run the tests with this first. Okay. Once I'm going to get past the key combination cannot be used, which unfortunately it's still thinking it's things. Did you even recognize that I put in the keystroke? Oh my God. You know, I am really considering just, like I said, doing the terminal and doing .NET Run and .NET Tests from that, because this just feels like a just busted and so slow, and it shouldn't be. Are you running? Are you doing tests? Are you doing anything? Hello? Oh, God. Come on. Well, it's like the icon is doing a little thing down at the bottom there. Did you... Oh, my God. Okay, so are you doing anything? Did you run? Well... Control RT. How about run all... What is your major malfunction? No tests found. I swear. Unexpected error. Really? What is your unexpected error? Oh, now you run tests. Oh my God. Really? All right, let's see. Is everything kosher now? Is everything good? Well, it kind of thinks it is. We're going to say here .NET Test. I don't know why it says I got a preview version. That doesn't make any sense. Pass. Yeah. At least this worked. Okay, well, that's good, though, because now I need a standard test and I need a non-standard test. And for generics, and I have to do it in a way. I have to do it in a way where contains begin of t value. Of course, now that doesn't work because, well, could we do this? Yeah, now it's like, yeah, that's not going to work either. Let's scratch that idea. And let's do something like, it's more complicated, and I'm overthinking this, and I really, really shouldn't. Okay. Private static string ref generic. I don't care. Okay. Ref return begin of t, which we're going to do that. Okay, and now we're going to say non-standard method ref generic equals a plus b. Oh God, it's looking like Perl. B. Come on. Return ref. There. Okay. And then what we can do is just end int t. And those two are sharing the ref field. What are you barking? Whatever. Okay. So what are we calling these here? Use for. Makes no sense. There. We're going to call these, yeah, give these a little bit better names. So we want to call these non-standard methods. Okay. What's the problem here? Ref return end is, well, this would, I'm giving, what the hell? C. And so what we should see here is a 3 and a C. Well, yeah. The end is, yeah, that should be fine. And then if we do this, non-standard method ref return begin, and we put an int and an int, we should say 3 and 4. Right? The type argument for method. Type arguments for method, non-standard method, ref return end, int t cannot be inferred from the use. Oh, is it? No. Because the type arguments for method, non-standard ref return end. For God's sakes. It's never easy, is it? This is why you do tests, though. What? Double? I don't know. That's begin. Int? Int? I'm saying it's a string. Oh, now you're like, I don't need to say this, but I do. That's funny. Yeah, name can be simplified. Sure it can be, but it can't because you get confused if I do. Whatever. Okay, if succeeded, does it pass? It does. You know what? We're going to do one more shutdown, start it up again. And if it passes, then as far as I'm concerned, this is done. And I've had it. I'm done. I've run out of patience for this. You know what? I'm not even going to wait for you. Although getting the terminal up is brutally slow. Come on. Because I know this is going to work. 11 and 27. We're good. So I'm going to commit this, and open generics will be finished. So the next one I'm going to do then on camera will be the optional arguments, optional values to parameters, and get that in. And the other ones I'll do off camera because that's just mostly documentation and testing. If there's anything interesting I found while I do that, I will put that in like a future episode, but I highly doubt it. So, that's kind of interesting. 16 seconds to get this thing done. Really? Are you kidding me? Wow. Is there... like a way to say... There's a lot. Settings, filter, configuration, output, dialog, no build, blame. I like blaming. Blame crash. I thought there'd be something in here to say, I guess maybe you have to do something to have it run in concurrently. I'd have to look at that later. Doesn't matter. It all passes. So, thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.